I'm back out here at my mimosa tree. We're going to do something different yet again today. I'm gathering more of the mimosa blossoms and we're going to make jelly. I have gathered most of what I need right there. I probably need 10 or 12 more to be able to make it. But guys, I've got slim pickings right now. That's why I'm on this step stool, leaning out over top of this deck, pulling the tree toward me and hoping I don't fall. But let me just pick this right here. Okay. Obviously we don't want those. Okay. These right here have already seen their better days and they're wilting. So we don't want that. That one has already wilted. So was that. Okay, this right here is perfect. This is exactly what we want to make the jelly. So I'm going to pick those off and put them in there. And see if I can find a few more that I can actually, reach. We may just have to make it with what we got. Because I really don't want to do a tumble off of here. Let's see, maybe I can get these right here. Have you folks ever made anything out of something you foraged out of your backyard? If you have, let me know in the comments. Okay guys, that's all I can reach safely. I did try to set the ladder on down in the yard and get some on that low area over there, but it's muddy and I was sinking, so it was like, no, not doing that. So I think we have enough to make it to make our jelly. So let's go in and get ready for that next step. Okay, we're back inside now, and what I'm doing is I'm taking off the green stem from this. These little green parts right here are okay, guys, because they're actually part of the flower. But I'm getting any brown parts. I'm looking to see if I have any ants or any other type of bug. And I'm just separating these out. So it's going to be there's something that we don't want in there. See that? That is why you have to pay attention to what you're doing and look at these things very closely, because I don't want an inchworm in my jelly. If you do, then hey, I guess you want a protein-filled jelly, but I don't. But just, it's a tedious job, so let me get this done and I'll show you what I'm going to do once I get all these gone through. Okay, I've gone through the mimosa blossoms and taken the stems off, and I hope I've gotten all the bugs and inchworms out of here. It took me, in all honesty, about an hour to go through these blooms. So it's a tedious job, guys, and one that I hope is very well worth it. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put them in our glass jar, and I have water that has come up right below a boil. I have 4 cups of it. I'm going to pour it over top of my blooms, and we're going to let that steep for several hours. In all honesty, it's dinner time. I will probably let this steep overnight and finish this in the morning. Okay, it's time to strain the mimosa blossoms. So I have cheesecloth in a very fine strainer. Nice and floral, guys. There we go. And I'm just going to pick this up. I'm going to squeeze. That way we get all of the liquid out. Okay. Okay, let's turn our heat on about 7. We're going to add some lemon juice to this, and we're going to bring it up to a boil. And there's the pretty pink color back. It's amazing how that happens, because you saw that it was not pink before we put that in. So we're just going to wait a couple minutes for that to come to the boil, then we'll get on to that. Okay, it's come to a boil, so now it's time to add a packet of Sure Jell. Stir it up, and when it comes back up to a boil, we have to time it for a minute. Okay, that is cooked for a minute. Now I have to add my sugar. Dissolve it, then bring it back up to a boil for another minute. Okay, we turned the timer off, and trying to keep this from boiling over. Right about the time that went off, it just wanted to go everywhere. So, guys, as I say in almost every single video, this is real life here. I'm showing what may be happening in your kitchen when you do stuff. Okay, I have my jars right here. They are in warm water. I have my water heating up in my canner, and I have, of course, the jelly boiling. I always put a bowl underneath my jars to catch anything I might spill, because, guys, I am a mess in the kitchen. I did turn my heat off, so this should be simmering down a little bit. It's absolutely beautiful right there. So we're going to take it, and we're going to wipe the rim off of it. It's warm, guys. Put that on there finger tight, and put it over in the water bath canner. And I'm going to continue on until all of my jars are full. After we get all these done and my water bath canner comes up to a boil, we're just going to simply process it for 10 minutes. And then I'll show you what it looks like as it comes out. Alright, I just turned the timer off. It's time to take this pretty pink jelly out. Have you folks ever made jelly from anything wild that you found at home? Have you cooked with it? Have you made a tea or a tincture or anything? A lot of people are trying to get back to the older way of doing things. I happen to be one of those people, and I'm just trying new things. And I think part of them will work. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That one's sealed. There's another one. Okay. I just couldn't put it all in the jar and seal it without knowing. Okay. It smells not nearly as strong as what the mimosa blossoms smell like on the trees, which I was kind of worried about that. I thought it may be way too perfumey, but it's not. And it looks like it's going to set up good. Oh, thank you, Jesus, again. So, here's going for broke, guys. It's not bad. Not bad at all. It's kind of like sweet and sour at the same time from the, I guess, the lemon plus the fruitiness and the sugar. It's not something I would want to eat every single day like apple butter or strawberry. But guys, this is good. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Go out, pick mimosa blooms and make some jelly. And I'll see you on that next video.